game 2. But in particular, I want to ask about Jason Castro. His role and impact in the game, coming off the bench, the way he stabilizes and facilitates. The first quarter, if we ask the coach, that's when we started coming back and led, and eventually we led all the way already. So just what Jason brings to the table at this point of his career.
First of all, the reason Jason can play at this level was because of the great game of his teammates, Ray and the other guards, even Brian Herrera, in the elims and even in the playoffs, we were able to preserve Jason. If you remember, in the semis, we sat him 1 or 2 games, right? Because we really wanted to save him for the finals. And the reason he's playing at that level now is because he's relatively fresh. So, we all know what he can bring to the table, and he's just showing us his value as our lead guard coming off the bench, leading that second unit. That's very important.
Thank you, Coach. Now, Rondae, let's talk about your minutes. 48 minutes, you played the entire game, and it's not like we try to find a rest in between possessions or during possessions. You play at such a high level, both ways, offense and defense. How do you manage to put up such a performance?
Well, I was blessed. I got to give credit to God at the end of the day to be able to compete at a high level, and sustain it for a long time. I was blessed. Then it also comes with the work ethic, putting in that extra work, cardio, not being afraid to do cardio on your off seasons, running, not touching the basketball, some workouts. I think that goes a long way. Chot is big on being in shape. So I know I can't come to the season catching my breath. So when I come here, I just got to be ready. He'll tell you, I'll be the first to be like, I don't want to come out. So he supports it, so it works.
Pag nilalabas ko siya, sinisigawan ako eh. I said, when they take you out, you yell out.
We're now ready to entertain questions from the media.
Congratulations on getting to tonight. Very several reported shot 6 points. Career high in the community. Shooting was very good. How did you work on it?
Because it was basically a shift in the mindset. Because I don't know if you guys watch, but in the Asian games, they forced me to shoot a lot of threes, and they beat us for the gold medal game. And we talked about that, and I just shifted my mindset. I knew that was going to be the game plan, and they were willing to live with that the whole game. I guess they thought that it was a fluke or it wouldn't happen, but I'm a professional player. I work on it every day, and I believe in it. My teammates, coaches, they believe in me. They tell me to shoot. So.
Coach, tonight, 43 pointers. So far, series na to, inconsistent outside shot, especially crucial stretches of the game.
Yeah, that's our game. We take what are the opportunities in front of us. If they play us a certain way, then we're going to take the penetration and we're going to drive. If they cover that, then we make sure that we get the next best open shot. So credit to the players. They really are very patient in moving the ball and finding the open man. Of those 3-pointers, very few of them were on transition or first pass. Most of them were within the flow of the offense, and just making sure that we are working patiently and finding the best open shot. There's really no secret to our game. It's just the willingness of our players to move the ball, and the most important thing is their selflessness. I think with the style of play that we play, it really boils down to your willingness to pass the ball, and that testament to the selflessness of our play.
Then probably this year not only on defense but offensive players. Talk about this contribution.
Well, Glenn has been showing that all throughout, albeit sometimes he can be inconsistent with it, but like Rondae said, we talked about it as a team, and we said that these are the shots they're going to give you. If you recall in the first game, I think it was Poy, right? That 2 3-point shots are big. So these are the shots that they give us, the defense of Ginebra gives us, and we just step up and capitalize. So we study what they want to do on defense, and we just make sure that we have the counters. And in the end, when the situation calls for it, everyone is ready to pull the trigger. And everyone on our team knows if they're open, they're balanced, they can let it fly.
Coach, there was, I think, one instance, I don't recall if it was in the third or the second quarter when Ginebra was on and everybody was expecting me to call the timeout. So we didn't call one. So that's one against on the players you have.
I always tell my players, if you dig a hole for yourselves, make sure you know how to dig yourselves out of that hole. So I said, you put yourselves in that hole, figure it out, solve the problem. So when they were telling me if they were going to call a time, I said, no, go, play on, play on, play on. And they did play on. And we went on a counter run to go back up by 1, and they ended up calling that timeout. So it's just the things that we talk about and we do as a team. We like to do different things. So that was one of those things. When the players are messing up, then I tell them that you gotta clean up your own mess.
Rondae, just a follow-up on that question. What are your thoughts having a coach who would let the players figure it out yourselves, and how did that, what was that like?
It was an experience. It was funny because I was just watching Kobe. There was a Kobe interview. It was like one of his last interviews. He was talking about how Phil Jackson allows him. He sits back and allows his players to figure it out. And then that's why I laughed. We get in the huddle after they call a timeout. Because I even looked at Chot like, I think we should call a timeout. And he was like, "No, we got in the huddle." He said something similar, not exactly.
Some invective ways to something.
I think that's phenomenal. At the end of the day, we're all adults, we're grown, so understanding in some situations how to play basketball and details of it, and how to just be focused and just calming down. We do a lot of breathing, a lot of meditation, and I think in those moments it shows our character, it shows our beliefs, and he's big on that. He instilled this in the guys. And you see it. So we appreciate him and all that he brings to the table.
Coach, in the finals, for example, on the defense, 59 points. And in the finals, it's been better. 86 scoring out, 84 and 88. So 86 points holding them. The first game you mentioned that you focused on taking away the 3-point shot before picking up. This game is shot a little better, 7-7. What was the particular focus for this game because of defensive strategy?
It's first of all the attention to detail, just the focus on. I think a lot of it has to do with where our attention is, and our attention really is on our defense. So that was our focus, just knowing what Ginebra wants to do and trying our best to stop them and make them work for it. I mean, you cannot stop Justin Brownlee; he's such a great player, but at least make it difficult for him, make him work for him, make him work for it. Same with Scotty, same with Japet, Rondae. These are all very good, Stephen Holt, these are all very good players. So we know we cannot stop them, but at least find ways to make it difficult. So I think that's just our mentality, not only in these finals, but all throughout the series, just to try our best and make it difficult for the other team. And like I said, the players are buying into it, they're committed to it. But it starts with where our attention is. Our attention really is on playing defense.
The last time we won consecutive games in the finals was in the 2020 World Cup. We won 3 straight games against Ginebra. So how do you like your chances now that we won back-to-back games next year?
I forgot that already, and that's not in my mind at all. For me right now, all our focus, again, speaking of attention, is going to be on Game 3. We're going to go back and watch film tomorrow, and then we're going to try and figure out what they're going to do, because you saw how they started today. They started off really hot, and it's going to be even harder on game 3, and we just have to be ready. So we're not thinking about that. Our only focus now is the next game.
And that